You can't take it long. Like I said, we've been sitting in 2 years of a pandemic, right? First of all, we had a plan first to build a brand new facility. Notice that we couldn't build a brand new facility because we didn't have enough land, right? We'd have to get land from JDF. We realized to get land from JDF might take way more hurdles. So them say, all right, we could go ahead and build a ward, right? At that point, I said, okay, let's try build a ward and use the money for something. Then we were told that under the Charities Act, we cannot do that because it was earmarked for that, it was raised for that. So, where am I? I'm not going to break the law. You know what I mean? So after following the Charities Act, said, okay, so after the ICU, then Dr. James came up with an idea and said, why don't we refurbish the existing one, right? And expand it. And then we sat with our architect and go through and he started to say, yeah, so we can push this wall out, make this little bigger, make this that. Matter of fact, we are a 5-bed facility. I think we can get a 7, which is what we have been doing for the last couple of months up until now.
So the final plan is to build a
refurbish.
Refurbish, not build from scratch.
Expand the existing facility and make it into a 7-bed facility.
From 5 to 7.
Yes.
And it will also have, based on our conversation previously, it will also have
better offices, better storage rooms, better pharmacy inside of the place, better place for the parents them to come that they can grieve in lounges, stuff like that. We try to make it work.
What about accommodation for the parents?
As far as accommodation, I don't think we'll be able to get that in there.
Okay.
It might be a 1 or 2 per people, but I don't think it's that I think would have to be a separate project.
Okay.
And again, you run into the same problem. Where you going to find land?
Okay.
For the people in the US who are saying that 100 million is nothing because somebody donated $1 million with no fanfare, what do you have to say to them?
Well, put it this way. That person who donated that $1 million, kudos to them, 110%. But people fail to realize that prior to doing Shaggy and Friends, I was doing it for 9 years out of my pocket. I and Dr. Ennis, I used to walk in and give checks in by myself. I did that ward every year. I knew the names of the kids that was in the burn unit, right? I did a treat every single year and still continue to do that. That's before I started to do Shaggy and Friends. 9 years of that. So
Prior to Shaggy and Friends?
Prior to Shaggy and Friends, I did it out of pocket.
Hot shot days.
For 9 years out of my pocket. Right? So I don't have nothing to say about another one to donate. By all means, I encourage people to come back and donate. Right? No problem. But we keep this so that we can sit down and somewhat help ourselves and try and make this thing go. And by all means, I didn't have to. Hello. Because I sit down and nobody do nothing. But a lot of it was done on impulse. When I started, I walked in and saw this little child by the name of Peach. She had a bullet lodged in her head. I felt helpless the evening. I went home and I said, I want to do something else. Let's do a concert. I have never put a concert on in my life. So I went to the only person I know who put on a concert, and that's Sharon Burke. And I said, Sharon, help me do this. And she said, well, do I need sponsors? What do you know about sponsors? I don't deal with a sponsor in my life yet. And she brought me to a meeting, and I met William Mafood and a couple of people. William ended up being on my board. William says to me, Shaggy, you cannot raise money for charity and not create a foundation. I never know that. But he obviously knows that because his family does food for the poor. He took me under his wing and he guided me in setting up the Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation. And then we kept going after that. The first concert was a success, the second was a success. Boom. And it's a huge undertaking, to present it the way it is. And me literally going on the phone and begging artists to come do it for free.
Are you done doing it? Are you done doing Shaggy and Friends?
Of Shaggy and Friends?
This arm of Make a Difference. Are you done doing this?
I'll tell you what. In my heart of hearts, I would love to. Because you have to put the children in first. And put, what we're doing was, we saw the good that it did. when you start to get attacked on your character like it did, remember it says Shaggy and friends. There are also a lot of people that make up the friends that are behind the scenes. These are people that give their time, that involve their businesses, and that attach their businesses, right, to this brand. It was also an attack on their character at the same time, because they were also involved with us. So for me to go back and say, don't do that, no, it's not a conversation for myself, it's a conversation that involves these people. And that in the preliminary conversations that I've had with them, they're, gutted and disgusted by the situation. Now, am I telling you that down the line, time won't change things? Probably, but we'll cross that bridge when we're there.
You're the star and you just got nominated for a Grammy. Do you think this conversation came back up because you're back at the front of the industry?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I've been away, so I don't know what is going on. But I can tell you, based on, there was an article in the Gleaner today, and I went on the Instagram and started to read some of the comments. And that's when I started to learn the amount of things that has been going on in the health industry, and I hear somebody start about 400 million for COVID and this, and I didn't know none of this. I've been away, I've been touring, I have no idea where none of this is going on. I just start read a bunch of things and I say, okay, all right, there's a lot more going on here than I thought, because I haven't been here. So, yeah, who knows?
So the goat, Shaggy, them want to use as a scapegoat.
I don't know if it's that. It would seem as that. I don't know. I can't say yea or nay. But I certainly learned a lot by reading a lot of those comments.
So I'm World Music Views, so my last question must be a music question.
It would be you.
It would be you. Without a music question. For the Grammys, what you're wearing, who you're bringing, what you're looking forward to that?
I'm really, really excited about this one because of Sting. The one that we won the last time, Sting wasn't there with me. I'm hoping we're here together on this one. And he produced. Sting had pretty much made me do something that I never think I could have done. Which is sing the way I've sung. He has always pushed me to do things that I might be a little scared of doing. Them say fear are the biggest thing, to stop you from doing things, But you can't accomplish things unless you're uncomfortable. And if I find comfort outside of your comfort zone, and he has always pushed me to that little place of uncomfortableness, for the lack of a better word, And so I'm really, really excited about this project because it is something that I've never done. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to that album.
No.
I did, first day.
Yeah, and which is so crazy because I was in Australia this year and it was, doing these concerts, and it was number 3 on their charts over there, which I'm sure you know that. and which really made me feel good. I remember Sting calling me and say, see, this thing works if only we get marketing and promotion. But to get any major company to go behind any reggae record right now is virtually impossible because of the market share that we hold, So I knew that we had to go it ourselves, and so we put this record out and we're just marketing it ourselves.
Did you expect to be nominated, and what was it like when you learned?
We did everything to be nominated.
Okay.
We created the right amount of music. We created something that was unique. We submitted, so yeah, we did all the right things to be nominated. So we're not surprised that we're nominated because we did all the right things to be a part of the conversation.
What do you think?
If I wasn't, it'd be a disappointment. But I've been right there cheering the next guy on.
This is not a Shaggy question, but it's a music industry that affects Jamaica's relationship with overseas artists. SZA just burned the 2 RIAA platinum plaques, symbol of musical success. You've had several, Diamond. What do you think the impression that gave on the industry, and what are your thoughts on Sizzla lighting the plaques?
It certainly went viral. I didn't think it would go as viral as it did.
TMZ.
Yeah, it went really viral. I can't tell what a man feeling is. You know, I don't know the relationship between Sizzla and DJ Khaled. I don't know the extent of their relationship. You know, so when you see a man might act out and a man say, why Sizzla you shouldn't do this, or why you shouldn't, you don't know the extent of their relationship, why he might feel the way he does. You know what I'm saying? So I can't comment on it because I have to know what the whole situation was. Right? A man might go do something and I say, why, you know, say X, Y, Z. Suppose the man didn't give him a kidney. I say, well, you know, so me give you a kidney, you make my name so smart. At that point, you have to say to yourself, it's a kidney, the man gave you a star. You could have made the man name bigger. You don't know. You see what I said? So I don't, and I'm just giving you that as just as an example, but you don't know what the nature of it. I saw some Instagram thing from before when, you know, he was at Khaled's house and you them and so I don't know how deep the relationship is and why he might have felt hurt.
What do you think the chances are for lift the Grammy for the third time? Carry it home.
So this is the 8th time.
The eighth. I am by no means a Grammy darling. I mean, you just say it, you know, it's 8. I only have 2. I mean, and if you look at my 2, then it is quite a huge amount of years within the gap. 1996 was the one that I had, and this one is
2020.
Yeah. So it's, you know, you look at it. I am not a Grammy darling by any means. I get nominated, but it's also a very small fraternity. So, you know, I mean, you can understand why I'll be a part of the conversation. But I am not a Grammy darling in that sense. I don't, you know, and if you argue about it, the very 2 times that I won it, it was kind of undeniable in a way, you know. There was no other record as big as that record the year of Mr. Bombastic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And there was no other record as big as
44876
at that time. So
and the tour.
Yeah, and the tour was the second largest grossing tour in the world at that time. So it kind of made sense, you know. Nobody had to sit down and question. I said, "Oh, I know someone." You don't really get a question about my thing because when you see it happen, it's warranted. You know what I mean? If you look at what we've done, you know, with numbers and the body of work that we do, you know, it's arguable. I'm sure I'll have some naysayers, but you know.
Why do you think it's still relevant? What contributes to you being relevant? Right now, you're number 2 behind Bob, I think.
I think it's 3.
You're Sean Paul.
It go back and forth.
Yeah, you're Sean Paul.
But it's an algorithm, you know. It's an algorithm. It depends on what you can tell you this. It depends on what you release and how you release it, and it go back and forth.
And news like this.
Yeah.
What contributes to your
longevity? And I tell you what, you know, the people who are in front of me are supposed to be in front of me. You know, you see Sean Paul is having more numbers than me. He's supposed to. I have about 10 years on him. You know, Misha retired like that.
So I ask you, what is it that keeps you relevant?
Work ethic. And
work ethic?
That's a big part of it.
Okay.
I just work harder than the average person. You know, I always go on nature and say no one will overwork me. You know, and I don't do it just for money. It gives me a sense of purpose. Like if I don't do it, we're not going to plant flowers. I mean, you know, it is what I do. You know, and I think also on the music side of things, I try not to cookie cut.
Okay.
You know, I step outside of the box, and anything that is popular, I go outside of that and try my luck. And it's always harder because people like cookie cutting. If something works, they're gonna play the same thing. Then you get them something like that. Well, how this working and so. But I find out if you make it dope enough and it happens, it lasts longer. You know, and hence why to this day we're still singing these songs. You know, 20, 25 years, 30 years, some of them. You know, word for word. So It's
Timeless.
because timeless and well written, you know, and well produced. And it all boils down to my ears. And, you know, if I hear something, I can't look and tell it is. Of course, you know, songwriting is a craft, you know. But your ears also, when you have that little thing that make it special, you have to be able to kind of hear that. You know, it's like when I hear, you take for instance a Go Down. Go Down was a song that I had by myself.
Okay.
You know, I had, it was a Shaggy song,
I never knew that.
right? But in doing Spice's album, I knew that was a hit song. And I said, and I played it for her, and she said, why this bad? I said, you want to go on this? She said, yeah man. And of course I'm going to twist up the words, then man, make it for a female and make that word bam bam. And then she said, yo, make a link Sean. And we link Sean, and Sean also has an ear for hit. And hear it, I said, boy, bro, this bad enough, and I jump on it. You know? So you have to have that ear to say, why this is something different, but something unique.
Are there any collabs with you and Sean in the future coming up?
I don't rule that out because Sean and I have a good relationship.
Realize that.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
have a good relationship with Sean. I don't have any issue with him at all. He's a hard worker. I think he go this and represent the culture well. And I don't have a problem with him at all. I mean, what we collaborate down the line, it has to be something that both of us feel.
Okay. I was on the phone with a friend one day. He was at a studio, which shall remain nameless. And he said, Shaggy just walk in with Dexter that. I'm saying, okay. So I'm wondering, there are collabs coming up with Dexter.
I have many songs with Dexter.
Okay.
Not just one.
Okay.
I have many songs with Dexter. I have songs. This is all. If you look at the pattern of my team,
Yeah.
you know, and I've explained this to him before, where you look at when we did Nice and Lovely back in the days. I did Nice and Lovely with an unknown artist by the name of Raven at the time. It was my parent piece.
Yeah.
And the record company said that they didn't want Raven in the video. You know? And I said, you know what, I want Raven for the part of the video. And I argued about it. And Robert Livingston was a part of the argument too, in trying to get Raven to be represented on it, to be in the video. Because if you notice, I think you remember the song named Mr. Loverman?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shabba Ranks?
Yeah.
Of course.
Who was the singer?
Was that River?
Chevelle Franklin.
Okay, was she in the video?
No.
Okay. So these are the things that that record companies pull.
Okay.
That was Electra.
No, it was
Sony.
Epic at the time.
Yeah.
Epic. And they pull these things, A&R pull these things, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. And it's up to you to stand up and fight for it. And we fought for that. Right? Then of course I did Summertime with Raven, which was also a hit, and I did Angel, which was also a hit. Right? Then there Wasn't Me, with also another unknown artist by the name of Rick Rock. And then we did I Need Your Love with Muhammad and faded to unknown artists. Right? Recently we did Banana with Conqueror. You know what I'm saying? And of course now with Spice. So I've always used new artists instead of using these big superstars. Now when you come to Sting and Maxi Priest or some of these people that I use, them are my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not just superstar, I'm a friend them. You know what I said? Janet Jackson was a difference with a perfect example. I did a song with Janet Jackson, she wasn't in the video. You know, and that was one of those, and it didn't work. It worked well for me because I went to #1 with the record. But I literally worked that record all the way myself, you know. No, she was a big part of it because she was a big star and she certainly, you know, got me through the door. But we had no support from her in doing it. And, you know, if we're going to do something, we're going to do something. You know, I don't want a situation where I do something and you just do one tweet and stuff.
So when the Dexter coming out now?
I don't know. I mean, Dexter, matter of fact, you talk about Dexter. Dexter called me last night for go studio and never turned up. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I never turned up. But at the time I come off of the plane, I was just trying to swing by and get it done, but I mean, I'm going to sleep. So Dexter and I have a great relationship.
Okay.
You know, and I try to use newer artists. Every platform I have, if I can use a Jamaican artist where I come up right now and put them in the mix, I will do that. I love where I go with all of the new artists. And you have to remember, even when we did it, when Popcorn came out with it, Boom Boom, with me, Popcorn, and Cardi B. Cardi B at that time didn't blow up. D Sonogram brought and Shaft brought Cardi B to me at the time, and I said this girl have something about her, and I ended up doing the song, right? And we put the song on, and there was like a beef about the whole thing, so we ended up pulling the song. But she at that time didn't get Bodak Killer yet, but I just thought she had something special. I saw her the other night, and every time I see her, she, there's always something she brings.
You doing massive audiences overseas, as far as Australia, but Jamaica, we're not seeing you. We're about to see Burna Boy this week, and you are definitely superstar status. When is Shaggy coming home to shut down the place?
People used to just send me on Shaggy and Friends, and it was recently someone said to me that the rest of the country never really seen me because people who come to Shaggy and Friends couldn't afford it. The people in the streets can't afford it.
Yeah.
And we have to make Shaggy and Friends tickets high because obviously we're trying to earn money from a charity, towards a hospital. But what that does, that eliminate the grassroots people in from Sydney, right? I don't do Sumfest, and
Why?
I do. There are reasons why I don't do Sumfest. Let me put it this way. It has nothing to do with Joe.
Yeah.
I think Joe is doing a phenomenal job of promoting our culture and putting on a wonderful festival. But there are reasons why I don't associate with it, and I have explained that to Joe.
Okay.
When
you coming home?
As far as when me doing a concert, yeah, I think we'll probably think of something down the line when it is the right time. And it was
Next year, 20?
Probably. I don't know yet. That depends on when Sharon feel, if we draft for something.
Well,
at this point, we're having fun, doing the Burna Boy show right now, which she's executing very well.
So
Good template.
Right.
Because 30% of the tickets were sold out before one ad.
No, remember, we did Shaggy and Friends, right? And then when she went to the stadium, it was with Long Walk to Freedom, which I was a part of all of those talks and conversations leading up to it. So she knows what she's doing, right? And we consult and go back and forth, and it is, the same thing is happening here, and I'm happy, and I have no doubt that she will present it well, and it will come off well.
Are you on the concert, Burna Boy? Are you on the concert?
I am doing that particular. I'm not even going to be at the concert because of the fact that I have a television appearance that is very, very important that I can't tell nobody.
That is no man, you can't tell them.
You did say you talking about the New Year's Eve one?
No.
Oh, not on.
Yes.
December 18.
There are more than one of them. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. They announced the New Year's one.
Yes.
Okay. There's another one.
Which one is that?
I can't tell you. But it falls on the same date as the Burna Boy concert.
Okay.
And that's another major television.
I remember reading once that you said you were supposed to do a concert. There was a toss-up between a concert and appearing on a TV program, and you opted for the TV program.
No, it was Radio 1 at the time, which is the biggest radio station. It's BBC Radio across the UK. And I was offered, at that time in 1993, when I was doing Old Caroline, I was offered £70,000 to appear at a club, which was a lot of money at that time for me. And it was either take the £70,000 or go do Radio 1 for free. And I ended up doing Radio 1 for free because I was thinking bigger down the line. So none of it has been money for me.
Yeah.
I pay attention to the looks and pay attention to how it can carry me down the line. And then you pass down to other people. You know what I mean?
I know you wasn't here now, and I think one of my reporters asked you already, and you say you wasn't here, so you don't even know about it. But what do you think the direction, really and truly, I was coming from the ban of the Broadcast Commission on songs promoting guns, songs promoting scamming,
Yeah.
songs promoting violence.
Molly.
Molly, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have come on a journey. So what do you think about that band then? And do you think that it will help the music to move forward?
I don't think it affects the music at all.
Okay.
Because majority of the music is consumed through the internet
Mhm.
and on YouTube. And if you can't ban YouTube, then you're not going to move that at all.
Okay.
Right? All that thing you're trying to stop people from people's ears, it's not going to work.
Mhm.
But I think it's a little bit hypocritical is